the store, this couch is like 1K, it's like 2K. If you go on like certain apps, like, basically auctioning off, like giving away free furniture.
We bought it for $290. 2 weeks later, they went down in price by $60.
Like if you hear a girl tripping on like a nigga in public, most of the time you're gonna be like, oh, you fucking up, you know, I'm gonna be on the girl side.
If I tell a woman, if I'm like, all right, put on some leggings and some sneakers.
Don't tell her to put on some leggings and some sneakers. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Pickup Podcast. We're here again. It's me, Cedric, Vondi, and Ben.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna talk to you about budgeting. You know, as you get older, you want to go on all those trips. You want to do all those things that you see your parents do. It's important to budget for your year, or how else are you gonna do it? You know. So Ben, how do you budget? Like, what's your plan?
Typically, my main way of budgeting is that I like to put what I make for the week on a spreadsheet, and then create on the opposite side my expenses. And then every single week I go through everything that I'm paying for, how much I should have left over, how much of that I can use as like, all right, I'm gonna pay for leisure, and then how much I'm putting away every single week, because I get paid weekly.
Oh, you get weekly pay. Okay. What about you, Vondi?
I do kind of the same thing with the spreadsheet, but I do mine in the reverse. Like I have all my expenses for like, usually I try to do bi-weekly because I get paid bi-weekly. So I plan out how much stuff that I have to pay first for the month overall, and then I throw in like bi-weekly stuff like groceries and whatnot, and then I total that up, and then I look at how much I make. You know how like you can make like bullets on Notes app?
Yeah.
So I have like a bulleted list of all the expenses, and then when I pay for it, I just hit the little thing, and then at the end of the month, I just clear it all again and I go through it. Mm-hmm. And at the very end, like 2-3 days before the month end, like I'm probably due for it today, I got to just go through and try to make sure that all the bullets are checked, and if not, I go see how much money I spent this month and like what money that like if I'm above my guesstimate or below, and if I'm above, then I'm like, all right, I might have to chill on this like leisurely activity or something next like in the coming week or something. But if I'm below, then I might throw that money towards like student loans or something, and just keep knocking that stuff down.
Yeah, I do like a multifaceted approach. I do things like I use my reminders app for my credit card payments, because the way I have it scheduled, when I have multiple cards, so it's like I try to schedule, so like if I'm trying to pay one card off specifically, I use like the snowball strategy or like something like that. So I'll do something like, okay, I'm paying the minimum on all these cards this month, but I'm gonna like get this card paid off this month or something like that. I know a lot of people, we like to put our trips on our credit cards and stuff like that, but be careful with that, speaking from experience.
That shit hurt me this month. I'm not gonna lie. January was crazy. I went on a trip in the end of December. So much bread.
You put it all on the card?
I put it on my credit card.
It's so freeing, but it's not.
Cause it's like, it's money you don't have to worry about until you have to worry about it.
But when you gotta worry about it, that's just
that shit stings.
Fuck. Nah, but so basically, like, I have all my credit cards. It reminds me, not even on the due date, but like, I just do it middle of the month, because I don't want to like do it near the closing date. I just do it middle of the month, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna pay the minimum on these, and I'm gonna like pay this one off, and then after that, I know how much I make, on a bi-weekly basis. That's how I get paid. So I kind of have, the way I do bills, all my bills are on my debit card actually, because recently a lot of companies have started like charging you an extra 3% or something if you do it by credit card. So it's like there's no point either. So it's all my debit card. So I know how much money leaves my account on a monthly basis for bills.
Actually, quick tip. Chase, they take care of the fees for you. If you have
Are you serious?
If you have a Chase card, they take care of the fees for you.
Even for like starter cards and everything?
Yes.
They take care of the fees.
Well, my Sapphire does, but yeah.
I'd have to call them and ask them, because that's crazy. But I didn't know that. So,
Once I found that out, all my bills go on Chase.
Yeah, I might go back to my Chase card then, because that's what I was doing. I was using my Chase card, but I was like, damn, they're gonna charge me an extra 2%, no point. But yeah, so it's all on my debit. So I'm like, okay, over here, like, I know how much money I'm gonna lose every month, unfortunately. And it's like, what I do budget is like my actual like outside of bill expenses, because I just know, I guess, how much is supposed to leave my account per month, and I have a checklist of like which bills are due. So it's like once I know the bills are hit, then I'm like, okay, like I know I've lost this much money. But when it comes to expenses, it goes back and forth because it's like some months, you know, I'm spending this much, some months I'm spending this much. So it's just like a spending tracker is kind of hard. So I use this app that tracks my transactions and it categorizes them just to see. But as long as like I feel like I have a certain limit where I want to keep this much money left over in my head. I set a new goal every month. This is how much money I want to have left over, and I'm just like, okay, that's how I'm gonna keep going. For groceries, funny enough, I end up spending about on a monthly basis because I go grocery shopping twice a month.
$5, bro.
It's not $5, bro. Nah, it's not $5. It's not $5. It's not $5.
Nah,
It's like $2.30 per grocery trip. So like, what's that like?
$2.30.
Does the grocery trip include crumble cookie?
No.
It goes up like $100.
That's the first. Bruh. But you know, if you spend $100 at Crumble, you get $10 back.
Of course you would know
Such
that.
a deal.
It's a terrible deal, but I don't know how they keep doing it. They get away with it.
They give me every time.
Just to let you know, I've redeemed that deal at least 2 times.
Wait, how much is it for like a box of crumble cookies?
Well, one crumble cookie is like almost $5. Oh no, one crumble cookie is almost $5.
Okay.
It's like $4.65 or something.
That's insane.
It's kind of like insomnia though.
No, it's a bad price. It's a bad price. But if you buy a 4-pack, it's like $16. The thing is, if I buy a crumble cookie, like one week I'll buy a crumble cookie, okay, I'm like, damn, like I'm not eating out this week then. And when it comes to trips, Ben is better at this than me, but budgeting for trips, it's like, it's cheaper, first of all, if you go in a group, but you got to make sure everyone's on the same page. If you're just budgeting a trip for yourself, I always try to allocate at least double what I think I'll spend.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, for trips, I can't say this because I've planned a good many trips. Timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to plane tickets, when it comes to getting a B&B or a hotel, when it comes to getting a rental, when it comes to everything that have to do with it. Cause like, perfect example, when we went to Florida the first time, when we went to Rolling Loud, the plane tickets for, I think with me and Vondi, they were $290 initially. We bought it for $290. 2 weeks later, they went down in price by $60. We got a $60 credit right then and there.
The value of like the experience versus the amount it actually costs, I feel like it's really, the disparity is crazy. You know how like concert tickets have gone up recently?
Yeah, they gone up a
like
lot.
by so much, and it's like I don't get it. The biggest artists used to be like 200, maybe 250. Now it's like 450, 600, and it's like I want to go see Mariah the Scientist. That shit's like 100 something.
To see Mariah?
Yeah.
If you can wait on it though. Have you tried the box office trick?
Like going to the box office and trying to buy tickets there?
Yeah, like the day of or something, like
Yeah.
to sell out. I was gonna try
I
that.
never tried that
but
shit before. I didn't even know that shit was a thing, but pro tips, I guess. Pro tips. When you have like things you want to spend on, especially if you have like a girl or something, like make sure you actually include her in your budget. Like when you do your yearly budget, monthly budget, whatever, have a certain amount of money you're willing to spend on her.
And expect to go 45% above that.
Yes. Expect to go over. In fact, if you have a budget for your girl, don't tell her. Don't tell her you have a budget for her.
I don't think I would tell
Just.
I don't think anybody would do it. It's just something you have in your head.
Transparency is nice, but like, you know, just
I
choose your days wisely.
I don't think I'm saying to my girl, yeah, I'm only spending $250 on you this week.
Well, don't tell her how much. Just tell her. Just be like, I have a certain amount of money I'm willing to spend this month. Yeah, I stopped using cash, and now I'm always like, dang, I wish I had some cash.
But cash don't feel like, I don't know if y'all agree, but it doesn't feel like real because it's not in my account. Like when I pay for something with cash, it's kind of like free money. It's
Maybe.
fucked up, but like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I feel my problem with cash, bro. I feel like it doesn't. I feel like it's not mine. Like you keep saying, there be times I wish I had cash because like it's useful. It's like you're trying to like you're at church or something. You want to like donate something or like you want to like use cash to give it to somebody. Low key, if you have cash, I think you're less likely to spend it sometimes. So it's like sometimes if you take some of your paycheck, you put it in your wallet, you might actually not spend it, and then like one day you're like, damn, I actually have a lot of money.
Nah, that makes sense. Cause there was a time where, cause I like to keep like $50 in my car at all times just in case I don't have my wallet for any reason.
Yeah.
And there was one time I put like $200 in my car, and that shit sat in my car for like 3 months. I never used it.
You probably forgot it was there.
I forgot it was there.
Bro, that should be feeling so good. You're like, damn, I didn't know I had this money.
And then I was going through my stuff because I was looking for my my contact lens case, And I was like, wait, why do I have all this money in my joint? And I was like, shit, I'm about to go spend this shit real quick.
That's the problem though. That's the problem. More of the story, just it's important to have a budget. Like, do something. There's so many like resources out there to budget. You can use like a spending tracker. You can use just your bank accounts. Apple Pay has like a way to track your spending. It's really too many resources out there to really just be like, I can't do it. Like, you could have someone do it for you. Like, I remember last year, like end of the month, I met with a financial advisor because my cousin wanted me to, and like he got me right. He told me exactly how much what I need to do to like be where I want to be by the end of the year. Once you like have that information, you're armed with the information. What can really stop you other than being undisciplined?
I'd say also bring back bartering, bro. What the hell happened to bartering, man?
Oh, for like
just for stuff in general.
Or like
I feel
on like auction sites.
Anywhere, because I feel like as
You can't barter at like the
bro,
store though.
I'd have done it before, bro.
Where do you mean at the what store? Like what? Like Walmart?
Yeah, like bro. I remember one time. Where was I? I was outside of Target, and then I was going in to buy, I think, a new controller or something.
Mm-hmm.
And some dude was like, bro, I just like he returned the controller or something, used a gift card and got two, but then he realized he was like, I guess whoever he was buying it for whatever reason, he was like, I don't really need this shit, but they wouldn't let him return it because he had just bought it and they thought he was trying to run game or something. So he was like, bro, like I'll give you this joint for like 50% off or like for something else. So I think I had like a pair of like shoes in my trunk that I like didn't need. So I was like, bro, I'll give you like 15 in this pair of the kicks right here. And he was like, fuck.
It's even like unofficial. I think you want the cashier. I'm like, the cashier's not gonna go for that.
Not in there, because then it's like
they're gonna lose their job with that shit. Yeah.
I'm talking about like online, like Facebook Marketplace, bro. Like
I know what you mean.
No, they do trades on Facebook Marketplace.
That's what I'm saying. But we need as a
no,
society,
I know what you mean. Like
most people will just buy something and then when they don't want it, they just throw it out. And I'm like,
true.
bro, like that's kind of a waste because like it's gonna go to a landfill. Number one, save the planet. Number two, save your pockets, bro. Like, just throw that joint out.
To piggyback off that, we need to learn to, like, we can buy things, like, not from the store. Because sometimes the store will charge you an outrageous price, and you're like, I can get this cheaper from someone else. People don't really be thinking that. Like,
outsource. When
I was buying my apartment furniture, I was like, dang, at the store, this couch is like 1K, it's like 2K. If you go on, like, certain apps, like, there's, like, neighborhood apps where, like, people are just basically auctioning off, like, giving away free furniture that they've never used. They just don't have the time, they don't know the space for it or whatever. You can get that for like, I remember I got my bed set for like $300, a frame, mattress, everything, pillows, everything. And it was like, I was like, dang, this would have cost me like 1K.
That's why I love Facebook Marketplace personally.
I never used it. I'm not gonna hold you.
Every single thing that I need, every single thing I'm not gonna lie, most of the stuff I have in my room that are like appliance based, they're all used by somebody else.
It's like you don't really need a new one unless for the bed thing. I only got it because it was never used. It was their guest room, and they just never used it. So I was like, it was still wrapped up in the plastic. I was like, okay, bet, I'll take it. Nah, in the spirit of budgeting, we're gonna talk about first dates and dating within your means. So like, you know, as men, we typically take the lead on dates, and you know, it's kind of up to us. So let's talk about like socially acceptable first date spots, like what it means to date within your means, and like, you know, just how to kind of like navigate a first date, like feel it out and see what if you want to go on a second one. For me, dating within your means just kind of means like not doing more than you're capable of. You're not trying to lowball a girl, but like you're trying to do something that makes sense for you, and at the same time kind of like not make her feel disrespected or devalued. Cool first date spots that I think like, you know, work, you know, restaurants, tacos are always a good thing. Like somewhere there's like alcohol, you know, because girls like alcohol. That's a fact. Now, alcohol is expensive, so typically, you know, don't take a girl anywhere where there's alcohol if you don't have the money to spend on alcohol.
Not gonna lie, those Hispanic restaurants, they be giving out those $2 shots crazy.
They do.
Those $5 marks, bro.
$5 marks are cool too. They're places. Some people have deals, so you know, like keep a lookout. But it's like in general, try to be careful where you take a girl if you're not ready to spend that money, because you don't want to end up feeling like, oh, I blew all this money. The date didn't even go how I wanted to go. You know, so it's just like, you gotta have the mindset that you're doing something that's within your means, so you feel comfortable spending the money and knowing the outcome could not be what you want. I don't really do the movies. I feel like movie dates aren't really good anymore.
It's kind of outdated at this point.
Yeah, movie dates aren't cool. I'll do a driving movie.
Driving movies are kind of fire.
I feel like that's not a first date type thing.
Nah, it's a nice chill spot. Y'all sit back, relax, watch the movie.
Like you can do creative shit, like picnics low key. Picnics low key are still.
But that's like a talk. If it,
y'all can't talk.
Encourages talking.
You can't talk during a picnic.
No,
driving.
Oh,
Because if you really like trying to watch the
No, the
film,
drive-in you could do more than talking.
You can do a whole lot during the drive-in movie. Get some tits and it's over.
as an individual who enjoys cinema, I'm gonna watch the film.
But it's like,
Bro, if I'm with a girl, I'm not enjoying the cinema. I'm not
I'm
gonna
so
lie to
sorry,
you.
man.
It's
You
gonna have
can
to
watch
be
it by
real good.
yourself.
I mean, I'm gonna enjoy some cinema, but it's not gonna be a movie.
Yo, you hear the soundtrack? That's Hans Zimmer.
That's cool. Nah, but it's like shit. It's like, what's your purpose? Are you going out? I mean, you can do both. You can do it. Realistically, you can do it. You can enjoy yourself individually and with the girl. That's the whole point.
I got a question though. Do y'all think that? Because I love to laser tag. Would y'all think a laser tagging is acceptable as a first date?
It depends on the type of girl you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because like if I tell somebody, if I tell a woman, if I'm like, all right, put on some leggings and some sneakers.
Don't tell her to put on some leggings and some sneakers.
We going out. We going to do something active. Like, what she gonna think?
You gotta give him a heads up though.
She gonna
That's what I'm saying. If she come out looking all nice and we gonna go laser tagging, like she gonna look like crazy. She gonna
She gonna be.
But
fit.
I still say that's like second or third though, because like at first date, I feel like you're establishing a relationship and interest, and you.
But that's like the
temperament.
thing of checking of like, oh, is she entertaining in an entertaining setting? If you want to make her comfortable, you can do something that's like, cause like in a setting like at a restaurant, right? If you guys are sitting
Those
across,
are stiff sometimes.
if you guys are sitting across from each other and then like, you having like a conversation for 2 minutes and then it's silence for 35 seconds, you just fucked up the whole date at that point. But if you're doing something active the entire time, something's happening. End of the day, first dates are supposed to be, you're trying to have a good time with the person. If you're doing something like active and you know that like even if it's not going that well, you're still gonna have a good time. Like you didn't waste the first date.
Type shit.
And you just know at that point, like, oh, I can't do something fun with this person. They just not compatible with me. Like, in my opinion, I feel like that at the end of the day, you'd want a good experience, even if you're not going, because you don't, like I said, you don't want to waste the time. But my biggest thing is the comfortable aspect of it might not come until like the second, third date. So the way you can make it comfortable during the first date is if you're doing something like open, where you can like be yourself. Because like sitting down, having a conversation with somebody, it's more so like it's almost like you're trying to be somebody you're not.
Yeah.
Because like take me for example, I'm not really like a huge extroverted person. Like if I sit down across from somebody like I don't know, I'm not gonna be like
you're gonna feel awkward.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like always have something in my head or always be able to blurt out something for a conversation. So I'd want to have something in the background to be like, oh, we can talk about this. Like the perfect example, I would say like if you wanted to go to like a basketball game.
Those are always good.
That's a good idea.
A basketball game.
That's a banger.
It's like it's a I don't know if you would call it cheap. Depending on what section you go to.
You can make your money back because then you go on a basketball game, right? And then you send her the DraftKings promo code, and then y'all both put the same parlay up, so that way when you win, you get the bread back, and you taught her how to parlay.
A gambling relationship is so bad, bro.
Bro, she don't have to gamble. You can just send her the plays.
I don't think.
No, that's what they love. They love it. They're like, I love it when my man sends you a parlay.
Exactly, bro. I get the free bets. She get the free bets. Once the free bets run out, she don't have to bet again.
I think gambling should come into like maybe 8th.
Gambling has an irreparable damage to our society.
All right, so
winners.
Going on with that, how much would you guys like think is acceptable for a first date?
I thought of a parameter. I think it depends on how long you've known this person, because like you can go on a date with somebody that like maybe you've known for a while and y'all have had like you've been cool or something, and then maybe there's been like some slight chemistry and you just decided after so long a time to like try something new out where you already kind of know the person. Then I think maybe the threshold for the money spent is a little bit higher because you're not worried about getting to know the person. You know what I mean? Like somebody that you were friends with for a little bit initially, and then maybe y'all are trying to
I spend less money if I already know them. I spend less.
Because if they're already comfortable with me, I'd actually I feel more accepting of spending less because I know we're there for a good time, not to like seem like I'm good for this.
I was saying I would be okay with spending more because I'm not really worried about them just trying to like use me to get whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
either way, I can see it go either way.
I would buy NBA tickets for a shorty that I've known for a little bit, and we're going out on a first actual date.
But like, wait, how long do you get to know somebody before you take them on a date?
That's also variable. You know what I mean? You can meet somebody on Tinder and y'all be talking, and it's like, oh, I'm fucking this person. Let's go on a date. And it's only been a week.
Don't take Tinder people on dates. That's my rule.
It's a
Don't do it.
theoretical.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, no Tinder, but Hinge is okay.
Hinge is cool.
Hinge is cool. Hinge is cool.
I
Don't
don't
do
use
Tinder.
it either.
The biggest thing it depends on for me is how much I think I'll like the date.
Yeah.
Because like if I think no matter what I'm gonna have fun, I have no problem spending a little bit extra money. Like say Philly's playing the Suns, for example. Like Joel Embiid's playing Kevin Durant. I'd pay.
One of them niggas is injured.
Don't say that.
Okay,
Don't say
but
that.
hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Say both of them are playing. I'd be cool with spending $140, $150 on like floor seats, just because I know like, oh, if she not fucking with the basketball game, she not fucking with me, I'm still at a basketball game regardless. So I'm gonna have a good time.
I'll take girls to restaurants that I really like.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I really enjoy the food, and
But
fuck it, it's just an extra tax.
It be blowing
You know
when
what
they
I
don't
mean?
like the restaurant.
What?
They be like, it's okay. It be pissing me off on the
Yeah,
date.
nah, I
Like,
feel you.
I'd be like, shit, I'm ready to order a second entree.
I feel like low key. Like now you're pissing me off.
Can I get one to go?
Real talk.
I'll be like, you don't have to, but whatever. She don't. I'm taking that shit home.
I'm not gonna lie, dates are an example where money is just for the experience. Honestly, to me,
Yeah.
I'm not spending 200, 300, but I'll spend like at most maybe 130.
Like
Like
I'll
a first date, you know,
Yeah,
like type
I'll
shit,
see.
you know.
If that's for two people, that's not too bad.
But it's not too crazy, you know.
It depends on, where you are in life and where your means lie. So, a $150 date to us might be not that much, but maybe like some of the younger viewers, or maybe some people that just like have more stuff to pay for and more responsibilities and things to worry about.
Yeah, expenses are.
So
big
you
thing.
have to make it so that the date, it's nice. It's not, it's not like too frugal where it's like you always penny pinching and stuff like that, but it won't make or break you for like whatever upcoming thing you have. Because like God forbid you go on this $200 date and then like you get 2 flats tomorrow and you got to get brand new tires, and it's like,
About to say, God forbid.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like
That'll really finish me. I'll be done.
Fine,
I'll be
but-
done.
2 flats? Nah.
And it's like not even both in the back. It's like both one in the front, one in the back.
I'm gonna play in the highway after that.
Car wheels in that bitch, bro. For the all
Y'all gonna
black.
see me do a back. Y'all know that Kobe commercial when he jump over the car? That's gonna be me. I'm scared by that
I'm trying to
bitch.
slide on
2
that bitch.
flats is crash outable. Like, oh my god.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Can you
Facts.
imagine, bro? You just
Fuck
went on an
no.
expensive date and then something like that happened. Like, it would suck already, but then you just spent the money that you would have on that shit on a date, and you're like,
No, for sure.
damn.
You gotta be able to still stick to your budget after. Like it's gotta be something like you go on this date and you can still like meet your goals for
It
that.
didn't
For that.
offset your
It didn't offset
budget
your
for the
like.
month.
Don't do that to yourself.
That's why I feel like for myself, I always have like I have my savings, but I always have a set of rainy day money. Like if anything happens, like to the extreme, I can pull into this and not pull into my savings.
I take a bit out of my paycheck too to do that.
I got a bunch of cash hidden somewhere in my house. The problem is I hid it years ago.
You don't know where it is.
I hit it so well, I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I forgot.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm gonna find it eventually.
That's some real Mr. Crab shit. Round table to end it off. Ben had a question for all of us.
All right, so since we're in the spirit of dating, my question for the guys that are here and everyone that's watching is that what's off limits to you guys in a relationship? So we're talking about how you speak to one another, what type of actions, who and when can you talk about a certain person, stuff like that.
I'm kind of open. Like it's like obviously I don't want anyone to be disrespectful to the people I care about. So I wouldn't want someone talking crazy about my mom or my family. If it's like genuine, like not a critique, but like genuine, like just opinion, like and I ask for it, okay, it's cool. But if it's like you're just wilding to wild out, then it's not cool.
I'd say like family stuff is off limits, and I don't like that like social media personality stuff or that. As a man, like if you say stuff that like
be
I'm
joking
seeing-
sometimes.
But if you say it too much, you know what I mean? Like you can joke or whatever, but if you like that's all the type of rhetoric that you use, I'm gonna think that you have the like intellectual capabilities of someone who is chronically online. So I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't know if you staying around. Right? It's like you gonna piss me off, bro. If we get in an argument and you start hitting me with the as a man, right? Oh, I'm not.
That's valid.
I think for me, the one of the main things that I think is off limits, personally in my relationship with a woman, would be like if you're comparing me to another person that you know in your life. Cause like basically, if you thinking about that person and comparing that person to me, and we're supposed to be in a relationship, you're basically saying I wish I was with that person and not you, like in an aspect.
Right.
So like if you're actually having those thoughts in your head of like, oh, so and so treats me way better than you're treating me right now, then I'm like, why did you bring up this person? Like obviously you had thoughts about this person before this happened.
Yeah,
that made you think about this person in this situation right now.
Well, what if they're comparing you to like their dad?
So, okay, go hang out with your dad then. What the fuck? Not your father.
Like they're like, oh, my dad does this for me, so like you should be doing this for me too, because like
get him to go do it again.
fair enough.
Because my thing about like that aspect, because like yeah, there's women that are like that are attached to their father, like that makes sense. But on the same aspect, we're not. You've known your father for your entire life. There's certain things that like unconditionally he's going to do for you.
Right.
If we're not at that stage yet, don't compare me to your dad.
Fair enough. No, actually, just don't compare me at all until like take me for the man I am, not the man he is.
Yeah, because we're two different people. We have two different minds, and neither of us are gonna act the same at any point.
One's playing a parental role, and the other is your boyfriend. That's different, you know.
We're both men, but we're not men of the same. Like we're not supposed to be doing the same thing. If he's doing something for you that you like wish I was doing, then it could be that like okay I should be doing that, but it doesn't mean that like I'm like
like 100%. There's certain things that dads would do for their daughter that are 100% justified. Like okay, me being in a relationship with this woman, I should take over that responsibility.
Right.
But there's also certain things that like he's doing because he loves you unconditionally. He's known you his entire life. He's supposed to be doing it. Yeah, exactly. Like no matter what, he's gonna do this regardless.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Adam.
All right. So mine is if this happens, the relationship is cooked.
It's cooked.
Like I'm very stern on this.
Like the
right?
moment it happens.
Yes.
No talk about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Checking phones. Cooked.
I mean,
it's
even
cooked,
if you didn't
bro.
say it's cooked, it's already cooked.
Bro, I'm saying you asking to look at my phone, like it's not even on no like I'm hiding shit. It's just like the fact that you're asking, it's insecurities from both sides, bro. Because then I'm gonna ask you. You know what I mean?
And you're never gonna want to like look at that person's name again.
Exactly. And imagine you don't find anything, you feel like an idiot.
Invasion of privacy.
You know?
Like, it's so bad. Like.
I'm actually on the fence about that because I'm not on the fence about that part where you're like if you're asking for it then like you're obviously like looking for something. I'm on the fence on the fact that like if you're not in that stage of the relationship, why are you asking? You're gonna get it at some point. Yeah. Like there's gonna be times like you guys been together for a year and a half, 2 years, and he's gonna be like, oh, did I get a message on my phone? Can you check it for me? Here's my passcode. That's different. Here's my passcode. Yeah. Like you're gonna at some point you're gonna give them your passcode. You're gonna like they might have Face ID on your phone and stuff like that. Like if you're just actively checking for it, like obviously you're gonna be looking for something. Yeah. You obviously had something in you that was thinking like,
and it makes this person not want to like.
Yeah, that breaks trust.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it's problem seeking.
It is. It is honestly.
Because it's like you don't really go in there looking for something positive. You're going seeking out negative things.
And also, I feel like a lot of times when people want to check the phone, they're looking for something to justify wrongdoings they did themselves. Say like someone cheats on another person, and then like they're like feeling guilty about it. They might like a month later be like, "Yo, let's trade phones. I want to check your phone. I think you're cheating." Because they're trying to justify themselves doing it by finding you doing it as well. And then once they don't find it, they might just blow up. Also find that a lot of relationships where they have each other's like means of unlocking their phones, a lot of times they don't even check because it's like, I have it, so there's obviously nothing for me to check for.
Literally.
So like, if you're looking to check, then that in and of itself should be like he said, should be just the end of the relationship right there.
Like it'll be the case where like I have to tell them multiple times what my password is because they'll keep forgetting because they don't even care to remember.
Yeah, it's also like, for me, one of the things that's off limits because I'm a calm person. I'm an able-minded person. So a lot of situations I like to use. I like to mediate the situation from within what we're talking about. So only thing I don't like is or the one thing I find that from off limits for me is raising your voice in an argument that doesn't constitute it. If we're having a simple dialogue and we're just talking, we're going back and forth, and one person disagrees with the other person, like let the disagreement happen like calmly. That way, at the end of it, you guys won't be like at each other's heads. But as soon as one person yells, it's like after that everything just flips.
You're right.
And talking over each other and shit, I hate that shit so much, bro.
And I don't like the tweaking in public. You know what I mean? Like if you like you having an argument and then y'all chilling, like, and then like some girls be doing that thing where it's like they get kind of around other people, and they know that like if you hear a girl tripping on like a nigga in public, most of the time you're gonna be like, oh, he fucking up. You know, I'm gonna be on the girl side. So like they maybe like start saying something or something when there's like people nearby. But then it's like y'all one on one, and it's that same energy is not kept. I don't like that. That's a big red flag to me.
Piggyback off that, like just in general, like telling other people, like if you're in a relationship, telling other people your problems, like in a sense, like you're instead of talking to the person you have a problem with, you're telling all your friends like, oh, like they did this, I can't believe this, and you're not even addressing with the person themselves.
To play devil's advocate for that, if you're in a healthy relationship, there should always be one person that you can vent your problems to.
No,
like,
for sure.
Like a person you're close with, that like it stays between you two. Because there's gonna be problems in a relationship, and there's gonna be ones that you're not supposed to talk about because it's like too taboo of a topic. So like there should be a person that you can go to and be like,
realistically, you
all
should
right,
be your therapist. I'm not gonna lie.
Not everybody.
Not everyone has one. Not everyone has one. Of course.
And plus, I'm not gonna lie, not everyone needs a therapist. A lot of people, what therapy really does, in my opinion, is it just gives people a safe space to let their problems out. So if you just have someone, that's there to like just sit down with you and listen to what you're talking about, and then not even, because a lot of times the problem with stuff is that like people will tell you a problem and then they'll try to give you a solution. A lot of times if you tell them a problem and then let them vent out the problem, it won't be a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Like trying to give a solution is basically like saying, oh, this is a bigger thing that you're thinking than what you're making it out to be.
Right.
And this is how you fix it. When a lot of times there's no fixing to be had. It's just, this is something small that happened. I'm good now that I let it out.
Not fair enough. It's just, I guess, don't badmouth your partner behind their back.
Yeah, I would say that, but I would agree with both of you and have like a middle ground and say like you can still talk about maybe some questions or issues that you're having, but it depends on how you frame it to that other person. I would frame it more so as like if hypothetically like maybe this situation happened between two people, like how would this person feel given whatever, and you just ask like objectively what would somebody else do in their position, and then take their feedback and maybe internalize it to see how you feel, and then compare, just so you're not leading them to kind of take your side or anything. You're just proposing a situation and saying like, hey, what do you think about maybe if this were to happen?
You can I have a friend who, you know, like,
oh yeah, I wouldn't even say that. I'd just be like,
but
what do you think about like if this happened to somebody?
Right.
You can just be like, oh, okay, well I think, you know, I wouldn't really like that if me personally, and I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. And then they might agree or disagree with what you're saying, but then you have at least an outside opinion to base what you're saying off of, to be like, okay, maybe I'm not tripping, maybe I am tripping.
I think the only time it hurts for that is that like if the person is the type of person that will always take your side.
Yeah.
Because like if you have somebody that never disagrees with you, then 9 times out of 10 they're not your friend.
Or even it could be you always do what they say. Like if you're someone who like someone tells you, oh yeah, like you should be doing this, like you're gonna start internalizing and being like, okay, well this person I told about our relationship said I should do this, so like yeah, you gotta like.
If you have true friends, you guys should never 100% agree with each other. There should be a time where you guys have a disagreement.
And no one should be in charge of your relationship with you.
That's fast.
Ever. Well, yeah. Well, that's all we have today, folks. Thank you for listening in.